Welcome to Finding Gravitas. I am here with Clutchyy, or as he is known on Twitter, Clutchyy God. That's Clutchyy with two Ys. Clutchyy, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks, Sean. Thanks for having me.
Want to review day one of the Swiss stage at Rise of Valour. The first match was against EXO Clan. Unfortunately, we fell 13-11. Let's start with the positives. What went right?
I think the boys, everyone was focused in that game. Everyone was listening. Just everyone felt comfortable in that game. We came into that game extremely comfortable, knowing that we are a good team and we have practice. We've got our set things to do, and we're just going to focus on doing those things. And a lot of it went right, a lot of it went wrong, but we did well in the end, 13-11. That's not a bad for our debut game.
Yeah, so
I think it went really well.
8 of the last 10 rounds, we sort of mounted that comeback. Then what you sort of mentioned, what went wrong? Was it just a bit of a shaky start?
I think our attack side, we came in the game thinking our attack side was way better than our defense, and it was just a big switch around. Our defense side was way better than our attack side. Our attack side, we didn't really get to do what we wanted to do. We weren't set up in the things that we wanted to get set up in, and we just couldn't execute what we practiced and stuff.
So was that our setup, or was that EXO sort of forcing us into that play?
I think it was a bit of both. I think that we were a bit uncomfortable at the beginning, but we kind of just settled into things towards the end of the game, mid-game, towards the end. But I definitely think EXO did have good setups just to keep us away from being able to take that mid control, for example, take up short. They were putting heavy pressure towards us on mid, which stopped us from getting into our position on shore to execute the A side, pretty much. So it was a bit of both, just a bit of uncertainty and not enough practice into the ascent attack side. But yeah, EXO did really well in stopping us and forcing us away from getting that control.
So you're in game. Which of your Gravitas teammates impressed you the most in the EXO game?
I think everyone stepped up pretty well. We all had a pretty slow start. Nerox with these really good darts, really not Sova player, especially him just coming on Sova and learning how to play Sova. Yep. I think he's the star of our team. And then you also get Clutchyy, super sub, amazing player, really great sub to have in Elsno's place, just getting us that space, creating that space for us, along with all the other players Noz IGLing us into what our setups are and just flashing us in. All our util, I think we all just work really well together, which just makes everyone good in their own way. We all got our ups, we've all got our downs, but overall I'd say everyone did pretty well in that EXO game.
So coming out of the EXO game, it was tough to get the defeat, but like you said, pushed them right to the edge, 13-11. Coming back for round 2 versus 1 HP. Unfortunately, that wasn't broadcast. Give us a bit of a recap of that game. What went right with that game?
So we actually went into the 1 HP game more tense than we did into the EXO game.
Why?
So that felt more rocky. I'm not actually sure. I don't think we can put our finger on it just yet, but we're really tense in that 1 HP game. And it was actually a really sloppy 13-2. So we really got to work on a lot of things. I don't think many things went right. I think that a lot of things went wrong actually in that second game compared to the first game.
Are you being tough on yourself, or it's very easy to say
no.
Sloppy 13-2?
I think that if we were versing a top team, we'd definitely be punished for what happened in that game. A very sloppy game by us. That would easily be punished by any top team in the scene.
So moving into day 2, Swiss stage round 3, our first game is against Legacy at 5:00. What is the focus for both that game and potentially 2 more or 3 more games today?
I think our focus for Legacy coming into Legacy game is just play our own game, do what we practiced, make sure we're listening, make sure we're all doing our thing like we're supposed to do. But yeah, I definitely think we're coming into the game against Legacy pretty confident, and we're just gonna play our own game and see what happens. They're a really good team, so like it's definitely gonna be a pretty close game, if anything, and it could go both ways.
Terrific. Looking forward to seeing you. Hopefully we get a broadcast game later today. But all the best for today, and hopefully further on in the Rise of Valour tournament.
Thanks very much, Sean. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for listening to Finding Gravitas. Remember, you can find all things Gravitas at our website, gravitas.gg. Follow us on Twitter @Gravitas and @GravitasOCE on Instagram.